One Thing Wednesday from the Business of Property podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Simon.
In these episodes, we get straight to the point.
And the one thing we're recommending in this episode is to remove a social media app from your phone. And here I'm counting anything with an infinite scroll. So a feed that just goes on and on and on, however much you scroll. So these are things like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called this week. And and indeed YouTube, especially YouTube Shorts. And there is growing sort of scientific evidence. There are quite a few studies. Do check the show notes where we'll link to some of them, because the evidence is mounting that there are fairly significant negative impacts from this sort of habit-forming action of scrolling through infinite feeds of stuff, not least on affecting your attention span and your focus. Property and business in general is normally a long-term sort of project and a long-term effort to see returns. And if you want to stay focused to deliver something in the long term, I think it helps to take away things that are trying to harm our ability to focus. I don't expect many child listeners to this podcast. I don't think that's really the target market. but just to note, though, that the science seems to show that infinite scrolling is especially bad for younger minds. While they're still developing, it seems that it can have sort of more lasting and impactful effects there. So while this is particularly a recommendation for you as an adult to improve your life and your attention and your focus, I think it is also worth considering this kind of action if you have children as well, and they're using mobile devices and potentially social networks. So remove the temptation. Remove one of the apps from your phone. Obviously, ideally, you might end up removing all of the apps from your phone. But for this effort, for this one thing, make a start. Just remove one of the apps. If it's a preloaded app, that might be difficult. So instead, log out of that app. Make sure you are not authenticated to that social network. You might need to change the password. And if you do, perhaps change it to something that's saved in your browser on your computer, so you don't actually know it. So you can't accidentally log in to the social network again on your phone. But when you do need to check that feed, you do really want to catch up with a distant friend, or just to chill out for a bit and have a bit of a relaxing scroll for a limited time period, you can still do that on your computer. I'm not trying to suggest that you never touch social networks again. There is some use to them, and I don't want to try and sort of ostracize everyone from them completely. But if it's just on your computer, you can exercise a lot more control over your use of it. Removing it from your pocket, effectively, will help break the sort of quick reward and looking for that sort of dopamine hit from any spare moment that you might have. If you are very into your social networks, I do appreciate this might take a while to sort of break away from, and especially to sort of break that feeling of habitual looking at your phone to try and get that fix. But I really do recommend that you try. I think there are big benefits to be had. So start with removing one app from your phone, and make sure that you allow a few weeks for that change to actually have an effect on you as a person and help you regain focus.
Yes, totally. Totally agree. And coincidentally, my husband has recently done this, and he's actually removed all his social media apps. And he has really noticed a massive change in his time and his focus. It's incredible, really, because I personally don't feel like I'm on social media that much, and I really didn't feel he was either. But he has really noticed a big change, and now he purely uses his phone for phoning and messaging. Of course, that's what it's there for. And he doesn't have that urge anymore. Like you sit down, you have that urge to pick up your phone and look through it. He doesn't get that. So, and he's probably done that now for about a month, I'd say. But you know what the main thing is? He's spending more time now looking at things like the news and like reading articles or newspapers. And he's found that he didn't realize how influenced he was by the algorithms. That he's always been very aware of algorithms and the fact that the stuff he's reading is not the whole picture, but now he has that opportunity to find out more about situations and things. So yeah, it's all about focus and time, but it's also about that as well, like opening you up to more information and less influence.
Yeah, I really like the idea there that you can avoid the sort of quick snapshot and dig deeper into things to actually understand better when you have that time and you're not sort of being pushed on by that feed and the scroll and the quick rewards of the next little thing. Yeah, I think that's fantastic lesson for everyone, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So just pick an infinite scroll social media app from your phone and delete it today. If you can't, then log out, change the password on your computer, and free yourself from that habitual scrolling. Take a step forward toward a clearer head and more focus.
Definitely. And we'd love to hear your improvement stories. So you can email us on show@thebusinessofproperty.com. Until next time.